Hi. I wanted to talk about paint handling today. Paint handling is the way you put your paint on your canvas. There's lots of ways. Knife, brushes, fingers, however you want to put your paint on your canvas is fine. The most important thing to remember is that the way you put the paint on is your signature. It is just like your signature. And you're going to have a range of how you make marks. And you have to know how you make marks naturally, not how somebody else tells you how to make a mark or how to put that paint on. Because you can kind of put it on any way you want. You can just sort of get it on there, or however you want to do it. But you have to know yourself, and you have to figure that out. And once you kind of you do that, and you kind of know your range, right? The range of highs and lows, and east and west, and north and south, and all that. And then you work that range according to your means or your goals or whatever you're trying to do. So be cognizant of the big areas as opposed to the small areas. The big brush, when you start with the big brush or the palette knife, and what kind of marks that can make, or how rough or smooth it can be. Putting the paint on, taking it off, scratching it. I almost always start with a big brush. I try to go as far as I can with the big brush, and then I'll go to a medium-sized brush, and then I'll go to a small brush. Maybe just for a little bit toward the end, or I'll touch or I'll scratch in sometimes with the knife. So there's a lot of ways to make a mark, and there's you can actually make your marks mean more than the actual color. So you can use the same paint, the same color, and suggest a lot of different things by just the way you're putting it down, whether it's the stroke or the texture or how it's intended. So there is a lot of there's a lot of importance to that mark making process in the paint. And there's no one right or wrong way of doing it. And every person has their own touch. And that's the most important thing about paint handling, is to know what your touch is and to just go with it. You can throw it on, you can be very deliberate about it, but you have to be cognizant of what that is, and what your range is, and where you're willing to go with it. What else is there? There's a lot to it, and they interlap. All of these subjects interlap with each other, because composition interlaps with the paint handling, as does color. Because, like I was saying, you can suggest completely different things with the same paint on the same painting by the way the paint is handled, and it can be quite a lot of fun with that, because you're kind of you're taking your cues from what's in front of you, and that's nature. Nature has its own texture, its own brush mark, and what can be better than nature, right? It's there. There it is. Thank you very much.